All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday afternoon, and I got you sitting on top of the Mustang. So it's time for the first Sunday afternoon swap in a few weeks. You know, and being in Iceland, we didn't do this. But for the week prior to the Iceland trip, I was driving our Mustang Super Snake. I think you've heard me say this before, it's probably the most dangerous car in the garage. It's probably 900 to the wheel or better, and some pretty thin tires, and it's pretty light, so I try not to drive at all if there's any weather going on. So it comes out this time of year, and we've owned it almost a year. It's a lot of fun to drive. It was great to drive today. Amory and I did errands in it, and on an 80-degree day, windows down, music playing. There's just nothing better than a Mustang on the road. It's just iconic. It's fun, and this one is so powerful it's dangerous, but you can drive it regular. So the Sunday swap. Let's take a walk through the garage, and then we'll come back and talk. So this is that 2007 Super Snake. Should have taken the rags off the top. And as we go into the garage, some of you might be new. So there's our 2019 ZR1. This is the oldest one in the house. This is our 2016 Hellcat, and I probably should get rid of it. I've said this before, I'm a little emotionally attached to it. It was really my first car in this kind of power range, and it taught me how to drag. Then we got our 2018 Demon, got our 2018 Trackhawk, got our 2018 Camaro ZL1 1LE, and then our 2017 Viper ACR with the Extreme Aero package. So that's what the garage looks like right now. So let's talk about what car are we going to drive this week. What are we going to swap out of the Mustang, and what are we going to swap into? All right, guys, we're ready for the swap out. We're sitting on it. If you follow my Instagram at all, I'm pretty sure you've seen this already. You know, Troy let some things out yesterday. He asked me if he could, and I said it was fine. I really don't care about clickbait or suspense or, you know, some of these other things that the YouTubers do. I just don't. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not judging them for doing it. It's just not something I want to do. So we're sitting on one of our new cars here today. It does represent a change. I mean, clearly the hat's giving you a clue, I hope. Hopefully you've seen it out on Instagram. But what we're sitting on today is our newest addition to the garage. It does depart from my roots, I think, as some of you may be pointing out. I'll point out my roots are only about 9 months old. But I feel like I have the American side, the muscle car side, the rare American side pretty well covered. That doesn't mean it's all done, it's all covered, and there's never any more to get. But I feel like the American side is pretty good, and I wanted to branch out. So we've jumped across the Atlantic, and we're doing a European garage now. And so this is the first representation of that, the European side. It's 2014. It's not new. It's probably a third or maybe a quarter of the price of a new one. The 2018s are just too expensive for me to do this. This is not going to be raced. It's not a race car. It's not a drag car. It's not going to be tracked. This is almost like my sports luxury car. This is for me to drive. This is for me to take Amory out on a date. This is just, I don't know, an image car. I don't even know how to say it to you. But it's the first car. We have 2 more coming, and we'll talk about that later. But let me walk you around this. All right, so this is the latest addition to the garage. And at the end of this video, I'll put one. I got about a minute-long walk around from this morning in the morning light. I don't know if it looks much different, but I'll just tack it on to the end. Anyways, this is our 2014 Maserati GranTurismo. And as I said, I think in my morning video, this is a Maserati. I don't like the 4 doors. I don't like the SUVs. I understand why the brand's headed that way. That's what the market wants. But that is not what I'm looking for in a Maserati. Anyway, you don't see too many red GranTurismos. At least I have not seen one before. And several of the people around me have never seen one. There's lots of black ones out there and a couple navy blues. But I really liked the red. Plus, we've got enough black cars in our garage. I like the black wheels. I like them much better than the silver option. I don't like, there's an old-fashioned keyhole right in the middle of the door. And these are all hand-built. These are all hand-built in Italy. And it's just a product I've been looking at for months. I just think it'd be something we can be proud to own. I think the color pops very nicely. Anyway, I think it'd be something that we'll be proud to own. It'd be yet another car that we don't put a license plate on the front. I imagine my county and state police are getting used to seeing me without a front plate. But I love these lines. So that's the newest car to the garage, and it represents the start of not the American garage, but our European garage, which has a Mustang sitting in right now. That's not there, don't pay attention. There are actually 3 cars coming for this garage. Here's number 1, and we'll talk about number 2 and 3 a little bit later. So let's take you into the inside and then take you for a ride as I drive home. Show you in the trunk too. It's got a pretty good sized trunk, I mean, for the kind of car it is. And it'll hold a half rack of beer pretty nicely. Drive European, drink American. I don't know, that should be a bump sticker. Anyway, it's kind of a nice trunk. They say a set of clubs will go in there. Not that I golf much. Certainly adequate for what I do with this car though. All right, let's take you inside her. I just love the black interior, the red stitching. I don't think the interior has changed much in the last 4 years. Don't know what else to say for you. I just want to take you around it. Then we'll get in it and we'll go for a drive. It's got a pretty good sized back seat. The dealer said he has ridden in the back seat of these many times when a prospective buyer and the wife or husband want to go out and for a test drive. He rides in the back. I don't think he'll ever put anybody in the back seat though. It's smooth. It's smoother than any of the other cars, that's for sure. beautiful. That's a beautiful ride. I'll enjoy showing that to you as the next few days goes by.